Hello everyone, and welcome to Dutch Greybeard. This video is not about books, but about money. I will give full disclosure of the financial reward I receive from being a content creator on YouTube. Let me first make absolutely clear that I did not become a booktuber for the money. For decades now, I've been making reading experiences because I want to force myself to go back to a book with different eyes after reading it. In doing that, I learn more about a book, which is the best reward I could wish for, even when it's a book I didn't like. Before making videos, I made written reading experiences, or book reviews, if you will. So, in essence, nothing has changed, other than the format of my output. The second thing I would like to emphasize is that if making money on YouTube were my main goal here, choosing a channel about books would be a very poor choice. This niche that we so lovingly call Booktube no doubt belongs to one of the least profitable ones on YouTube. Books never were for the masses, and they most likely never will be. So, now that we've established that money isn't the main driver behind my channel, let's point out that I would definitely appreciate it if some money came pouring out of all my effort. Being at a crossroads in my professional life at the moment, and about 7 years away from my modest pension, a little bit of extra financial means would be most welcome. Again, it's not a goal, and if nothing comes of it, it's truly fine. But I will gladly accept every euro that comes my way. In order to get monetized on YouTube, a channel has to have at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in 1 year. I reached this threshold on September 4 of 2024. From that moment on, all my videos were, in theory, eligible to make revenue. My first video on this channel, a bookshelf tour, was published on April the 21st of 2023. Up until now it has been viewed 292 times and it has a total of 24.4 watch hours. As you can see, this video has earned me a staggering 4 euro cents, estimated. The revenue started counting on September 4. Since then, this video has been watched for 0.7 hours during 16 views. By the way, revenue is based on the so-called watch time, which is the time people have spent watching your content. The number of subscribers plays no role after you've hit that 1,000 mark. The video you're watching right now is number 112. Next to that, I did 7 shorts, which obviously is not my preferred format. Altogether, my complete output from the beginning until today has generated almost 100,000 views, which amounts to almost 8,000 watch hours. For professional YouTubers, these numbers no doubt are pathetic, but I personally find them very impressive. I'm thankful that so many people find my content interesting enough that they want to spend time on it. During the 8 months of 2023, I published 33 videos and 5 shorts. The 25,463 views accumulated into 1,700 watch hours. To my pleasant surprise, 874 people subscribed. I was still a long way off from being monetized, but I could feel that my channel was gaining some traction. One video really impacted these numbers, which was reading Sanderson for the very first time. This one was published on July 22nd. Somehow the YouTube algorithm picked this one up, and up until today it has been watched for 511.9 hours in more than 7,300 views. Other successful content in 2023 were my reading experience of the 3 books of Mistborn Era 1, again, Brandon Sanderson. This one was published on August 21st and has been viewed almost 2,400 times with a total of 257 watch hours. The third one I'll mention from 2023 is the first part of my favorite books of all time, which I published on June 27th. more than 1,500 views and 143 watch hours. Strangely, this one, where I talk about my list up until number 11, scored much better than the second part, which covers my actual top 10 of my favorite books of all time. I've given up trying to understand the mechanics behind YouTube. But along the way, I do learn something about how to give better titles to my videos. 2024, my first full year on YouTube, showed significant growth. Almost 70,000 views and 5,800 watch hours. More than 1,500 people subscribed, which still astonishes me. Of course, there are more well-performing videos than the previous year, but I'll only mention the top 3. My most successful creation confirms that top 10 lists are popular. My top 10 fantasy books has gotten almost 9,000 views and 744 watch hours. It was published on August 16, so during its peak, which usually lasts the first week, the channel still wasn't monetized. The second best video is my Read What You Own challenge from March 21st. This got around 5,300 views and almost 270 watch hours. Third is 5 pages of the best prose possible from September 1st. In this video I gush about 5 pages of prose from the third book in the Fiona Far Tapestry trilogy by Guy Gavriel Kay. While making this video, I honestly expected it to get about 150 views, 200 tops. But to my huge surprise, it now has received more than 4,500 views and 250 watch hours. Since the beginning, the content on Dutch Greybeard has been viewed almost 100,000 times, with a total amount of nearly 8,000 watch hours. More than 2,400 people have subscribed. Obviously, the videos I published after September 4 have generated more revenue than the older ones. Money-wise, my most precious videos are the 3 vlogs I did on the Stormlight Archive books, with €16.82 for Words of Radiance, €10.88 for Oathbringer, and almost €10 for The Way of Kings. Which is quite surprising, considering that this one was published 10 days before I got monetized. The total amount of revenue for the past 5 months of being monetized comes down to an extremely meager €135.26. That's about €27 per month. In one way, this is amazingly disappointing. But at the same time, we're talking about, as Mike from Mike's Book Reviews calls it, funny money. It is just how you decide to look at it. From a business point of view, this result is highly unbalanced, considering the hours I put into making all of this content. I did not do a calculation on this, but I believe it would come down to an hourly fee below 1 euro cent. From a creative point of view, this financial result is completely meaningless. Or perhaps a better word would be irrelevant. I am doing something which I would have done anyway, whether I was getting paid for it or not. It is absolutely clear to me that in order to receive any meaningful financial contribution from YouTube, the numbers would need to go up 20 or 30-fold, which to me is the complete wrong statistic to focus on. This is very important to be aware of. Why am I putting so much effort into making these videos? I've said it in the beginning of this video. As a lover of books, I want to stimulate myself to do one deeper dive into the book I've just finished reading. This is what feeds my fun to keep on doing it. If the money-making were to get in the way of that, I'd probably get frustrated and would eventually stop this channel. That is one of the main reasons why I don't do memberships, super chats, super stickers, cups of coffee, or patron activities. Since September 4, I'm allowed to engage my audience in that way, but I choose not to. Asking my audience for money feels a little bit like begging to me. I'm not judging any YouTube content creator who chooses to use these options to engage his or her community. That is for them to decide. I choose to fully focus on my content and improving my video making skills without bothering the people who watch my content in motivating them to slide a few euros my way. For now and the foreseeable future, my YouTube channel will not substantially add to my financial situation, which is fine, because that was never my goal in the first place. In the meantime, I secretly hope that at some point one of my creations truly goes viral, even though the odds against that are convincingly strong. I mean, a YouTube channel on books? Get real. Thank you very much for watching this video. Until we meet again at Dutch Greybeard.